loud and clear. I need to get your reactions, guys. All right. So you guys are welcome to the session. So let's just take 1 minute, just 1 minute, okay? Let's just take 1 minute to invite our friends, families, our loved one, anyone that you think this session is going to be beneficial to. I need you to invite the person right now. So we are going to do that in the next 1 minute, okay? Let's just take 1 minute to do that, okay? Let's just take 1 minute to do that, because this session we have a lot of information to unpack, and we don't want anyone to miss out on any information. So as you are inviting your friends, you are inviting your colleagues, your loved ones, anyone that you think this session will be beneficial to, there is an attendance form on the chat box. And I think yeah, my colleague is going to post it for people that are just joining. So there is an attendance form here on the chat box. So just fill the attendance form. Why you need to fill the attendance form is so that you get the material we're going to use for this session. Okay, we are going to send you the material, via the attendance that you filled. Okay. All right. So once again, you are welcome to the session. And my name is Anthony. I am a senior data associate here at Analytics Business. So I will equally want to know you so that I can tailor this session properly, to how it suits you better, how it's going to be much more useful to you. So like I've introduced myself, my name is Anthony, and I'm a senior data associate. I want you to also introduce yourself on the chat box. So you're just going to tell me your name, maybe where you're joining us from, what you do, and all of those conversations. Can we have that conversation quickly? Can we have that conversation quickly on the chat box? Okay, so I need to get to know you, okay, so that we can have a wonderful conversation. Okay, Alimat. Okay, I can see Alimat. Okay, who else? Who else is here? So I can see from the page here, I can see Esther, Kenneth. What's up, guys? I need to get, I need to know you guys. Okay, so you can drop your name, the location, what you do on the chat box. Okay, just type it on the chat box. Okay, just type it on the chat box. Okay, my name is Alima, joining from Lagos. I am a consumer insight executive. Alima, you are welcome. So who else is joining us from where? Who else is joining us from where? So I need to get, can we all hear me? Okay, Kenneth is joining us from Abia State, a businessman. Kenneth, you are welcome. Who else? Okay. Okay, guys. So I have Esther joining from Ogun State, a HR consultant. That is excellent. That is excellent. I have Gift from Lagos, a HR practitioner, sorry. Okay. I have Tunji Lawal from Lagos, an assistant manager, HR resource, human resource in an automobile outfit. That is amazing, guys. So you all are welcome to this wonderful session. So we are not going to take much of time, okay? So I'm just going to share my screen. Don't worry, you'll get to know me better. You'll get to know me much better, okay? I'll properly introduce myself, okay? All right, so confirm that you can see my screen. Confirm that you can see my screen. Confirm that you can see my screen. Great. So I'll just share my material and we start immediately. All right, so what do we have today? what do we have today? We want to have a conversation on how to get recruited by international companies as an analyst. Okay, so how many of us are currently working as a data analyst here? How many of us are currently working as a data analyst on this call? How many of us are currently working as a data analyst on this call? Can I get that reaction? So if you are currently working as a data analyst on this call, just give me your reaction. Just give me your reaction. Okay, just give me your reaction. Don't worry, I'm going to let you ask your question or speak. Okay, Alimat is currently working as a data analyst. Who else? Who else is working as a data analyst? Who else is working as a data analyst? Okay, Aye, okay, Ayodeji from Mina. Okay, Ayodeji is a student. You are welcome, Ayodeji. All right, guys. So you are welcome once again. So what we have, like I said, is we want to know how to, get recruited by international companies as an analyst. So this is not just for data analysts. So if you are not a data analyst, if you are a HR analyst, you are a business person, you are a student, this session is also for you. Okay, this session is also for you. Okay, now a minute. Now, the question is, why are we here today? Can someone tell me, why are we here today? Why are we here today? Can someone tell me in the chat box? Why are we here today? Why are we here today? That is the question. Why are we here today? Some of us are here to, understand how we can upskill, how we can get into tech, how we can, get remote jobs, from foreign companies, international organizations, and all of that. A lot of us are here for different reasons. Okay, a lot of us are here for different reasons. Now, you might be working somewhere at the moment, but then you are physically exhausted with lot of you know, lot of stress. You're physically exhausted. The work is draining you on a daily basis. They call it what is the common name? They call it 9 to 5, right? But at the end of the day, you see yourself, waking up at 5 a.m. Some of you guys in Lagos, you wake up by 4 a.m. to prepare so that you beat the traffic. Am I right? Am I right? Some of you wake up by 4 a.m. Am I right? Good. So you wake up by 4 a.m. so that you get to the office on time, and then at the end of the day, getting to your office maybe 7:30, you're almost late. Some companies will even charge you, some will short your salary because you're coming late from a long distance and all of that. And then you have to stay in the office from 7:30 to maybe 6 p.m. and all of that. I worked in the banking sector. Okay, so I'm just going to use myself as an example. I worked in the banking sector, and normally we resume work from 7:30. Now we are supposed to close at least 5 p.m. But no, it's not going to happen that way. Okay. Sometimes you see yourself in the office by 9 p.m. I'm not even going to lie. And maybe if I have a banker here, he or she can attest to that. Sometimes you see yourself still in the office by 9 p.m. Now, you only have maybe weekend, and the weekend is maybe basically on Sundays, because Saturdays you still have to go to the office to complete some tasks. Okay, now this is not the life you want to live. This is not the life you want to continue living. Okay, you feel frustrated each time you remember you are going to work. You don't feel happy, you don't feel fulfilled. Okay, you are working hard, but then you're not really earning a good living. Okay, you're not earning a good living. You're in the same position year to year, the same salary year to year, even in the hard economy, even in the hard economy. So this is not the life you want to live. Okay, you don't feel stuck. You're feeling stuck already, but this is not the life for you. Okay, and in this session, I'm going to give you a lot of information. Okay, what are the information I will be giving to you tonight? You are going to identify a skill that will enable you land a remote job in 2 months. You're going to understand that there is a skill that will land you a remote job within 2 months. Okay, now you're also going to learn the skills required to land those jobs, okay, in the right way. In the right way. A lot of people have different skills. You see someone have been a data analyst for long but doesn't have a good job, some of you are working as a data analyst but still earning, you're still earning peanuts, you're still earning below your expenses. Okay, so you are going to learn the skills required, to get this, to land these jobs the right way. Okay, you're going to gain experience to show employers that you are the best fit for the job. Okay, you are going to gain experience to present yourself as the best candidate for the job. Okay, you're also going to get started. You are going to change a lot of things in your life today. You're going to change your perspective. You're going to change, how you apply to jobs. You are going to change how you pay attention to details of, of informations that will land you jobs. Okay, so that and lots more. I have a bonus pack for those that will stay to the end um, of this session. So I didn't mention it here, but I have a special bonus pack for those that will stay to the end of this session. Okay, so who are we? Who are we? You joined the session, maybe you saw our advert on LinkedIn, maybe your friend invited you, maybe, anyhow you joined the session. Okay, maybe today is the first time you're hearing of Analytics business, maybe not. It doesn't matter. So who are we actually? Okay, we are Analytics business. And what do? We help people to get into tech, not just by training you, but by providing mentorship, by guiding you to the right path. Okay, we are not just going to train you on how to get skills. We want to train you to land high paying jobs. Okay, we want to train you to land high paying jobs. We mentor you, we guide you on how to land high paying job. That is what we do. Basically, we are based in Alberta, Canada, London, UK, Africa. That is where we operate. Okay, we have, in the past 5 years, we have helped over 4,000. I did not say four, I did not say 400. I said we've helped over 4,000, individuals get into tech, even those without experience. Okay, in the past 5 years, and we're still doing more. We have over 182 employees in Analytics business. Okay, now what courses do we offer here in Analytics business? We offer generative AI for data analysis. We offer generative AI for HR analysts. We offer AI automation engineering, AI for business analysis and project management, AI for software and web development, and AI for content creation. So this is what we do. We're not just teaching you the skills, okay? We are building, we are helping you build practical knowledge, okay, that will help you land high paying jobs, that will help you land high paying jobs. Okay, So the next thing you want to know is who is speaking to you. Who is speaking to you? So I have introduced myself earlier, but I'm going to properly introduce myself again. So to just be sure that you want me to introduce myself, if you want me to introduce myself properly, I need to get your reaction. I just want to be sure that you are still hearing me. If you want me to introduce myself properly, then I need to get your reaction. So I'm getting reactions from few persons, and I have a lot of you guys here. Okay, 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 okay. That is amazing. That is amazing. So I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Anthony Obuabo. You can call me Anthony. You can call me Tony. Okay. I am a data analyst and an AI automation specialist. Okay. So I have over a half decade of experience in data analysis and automation generally. So I've worked in the banking sector, like I told you. Okay. I've worked in the bank before now. I worked in the bank from being a data entry staff to being to working as a data analyst in the banking sector. And then I work with a UK-based recruitment organization, okay? And I help individuals and the organizations automate workflows, build solutions, okay? I train people, okay? So what I do here at Analytics Business is that I train professionals, I mentor them, so that they get the knowledge they need, they get the skills they need to land high-paying jobs. So over the years, I have personally trained over 100 professionals, counting here in Africa. Okay, so I am currently based in Enugu, Nigeria, okay, where I work remotely for clients and organizations. Okay, so I've known where you live, so you also know where I live. So I live in Enugu, and I'm happy to have you guys here. Now, I have one question for you. I have one question. Is a yes or no um, question. Now, will international companies ever hire you as an analyst living in Nigeria? Now, if it is a yes for you, I need you to type yes. If it is a no, I need you to type no. Okay? Now, a lot of you are saying yes. A gift says yes, that she can get hired by international companies. Same with Esther, Tunji, Yodeji, and Alimat. That is excellent. I love the spirit. I love the spirit. But then, what are you going to do? Another question is, what are you going to do for these international companies to even, see you, then talk of hiring you as an analyst living in Nigeria? Okay, someone says it depends. It depends. So I would have loved to get the detail of this your response, but then because of time, maybe towards the ending you will tell us more about your response. It depends. Okay. Yeah. So the truth is, living in Nigeria is not what stop you from getting hired by international companies. Okay, what is actually the thing that stops you from getting hired by international companies? One thing that stops you is lack of preparation. Lack of preparation. So if you have your pen and paper, you can jot it down. Lack of preparation is what stops you from getting hired by international companies. Okay, positioning yourself in the right, for the right opportunities. That is what stops you. It's not because you are in Nigeria. And I will show you proof today. I will show you proof. Okay, I'll show you proof. Now, number one proof is Olusegun. Olusegun was an operations manager with a logistic company in Lagos, Nigeria. He has a background in finance, okay? But back 20 2025 November, he joined Tenalytics business. He enrolled for AI automation. Okay. Now, after the 2 months program, Olusegun landed a job in Canada, and he's currently working with a Canad, with a Canadian company. Okay, living here in Nigeria. So he's not different from you. Okay, he is not different from you. We are all Nigerians. He landed a job just 2 months. Now, he started November. You can see that he started November 2025 and completed the program January 2026. The same January, he landed a remote job with a company in Canada as an AI automation engineer. Okay, so it is a practical something. And those of you that joined early, I believe you watched Olusegun live. I believe you watched Olusegun. So how many of us watched Olusegun say it with his mouth? How many of us watched Olusegun when you joined the session? Don't worry, I'm going to play that for you. Okay, I'm going to play his testimonial for you. Now you can see his experience. He was in 2024, 2022 to 2024. He was head of finance and claims officer, and then he moved to become the head of business operation. That was before he joined Tenalytics business. Now, after he joined Tenalytics business, he obtained his training and all of that. He now gained a job at Canada, with a Canadian company, and he's working currently as AI automation engineer stroke technical assistant. So he went further to establish his own AI studio. So isn't that amazing, guys? Isn't that amazing? So if that is amazing, I need you to give some flowers to this guy. I need you to give some flowers to this guy. Now, in some day or very soon, I'm going to also ask people to give you your own flower. Maybe you might not be in the session that particular day, just like Olusegun is currently not on the session. Okay, so I need you to start looking at Olusegun. If Olusegun is in Nigeria, Lagos, a lot of you are in Lagos as well. We all are in this Nigeria, okay? And Olusegun could land a job in Canada, working here from Nigeria, okay? What it means is that he's earning in foreign currencies, and when he turned the foreign currency, when he changed it to our local tender, which is Naira, is a lot of money, no matter how much they are paying him. I don't know his salary, but no matter how much they are paying him, when he changes it to Naira, he's a big guy. Okay? He's a big guy. And that is what we are here to discuss today. That is what we are here to discuss today. Now, the question is, how did Olusegun land a remote job in Canada within 2 months? 2 months, guys. Just 2 months. How was he able to do that? Okay, how was he able to do that? Now, number one thing he did is that he learned a high tech skill. Okay, a skill that is high in demand. Okay, that is eligible for global remote job. And what was the skill for him? For him, he learns AI automation. But aside from AI automation, we have AI software and web development. Okay, we have AI for content creators. We have AI automation engineer. So that was the exact skill that Olusegun learns. Okay, we have AI for data analysts, we have AI for HR analysts, we have AI for business analysts, and then we have AI for project management. Okay. Now, why do we have all of these, into AI skill? Like, why are they not the traditional way of doing things? Okay. Now, it might take someone for software and web development, it might take someone, you know, 1 full month or 2 months or thereabout, depending, to build a full functioning website. Okay. But with AI tools, that is what you can achieve within 2 weeks, within 1 week. Okay. All you need to know is the right tool to use at the right time. Okay, now talk about content creators. Talk about AI automation engineers, people that help you, reduce stress. AI automation engineers, okay? They build workflows, they automate workflows to help you reduce all those manual work, all those repetitive works. Okay. Now, there is this case study, I worked with my students. Now, the case study was this. It was for the HR students. Now, the case study was this. The case study, the HR was looking at the employment process, okay, of their organization. Now, the employment process normally is that they have to get CVs from people. Then they start looking at the CV, reading the CVs, their job application letters, and all of those documents. They start going through it manually, and that is a lot of job for the HR. Now, a workflow was built for the HR. Now, how does this workflow work? This workflow works in a way that, okay, there is a Google form connected, okay, and then where the Google form receives the application from the applicants, is going to the AI agent there is going to analyze it and match it. So if the logic doesn't match, now the logic I mean is maybe the skills that the applicants have doesn't match with what the HR is looking out for, it drops the person. Okay. Now, if it matches, then the AI goes ahead to send an email inviting that applicant to interview on a scheduled date. I don't know if you understand I don't know if you understand that. Now, instead of the HR doing things manually, a workflow has been built for the HR to carry out this, automatically. Now, all the HR needs to do is just to relax and monitor some processes. Okay. That is why we are into the AI era. Okay. That is why we are into the AI era. There are lots of foreign companies that do not employ someone without AI skills. Okay. They do not employ someone without these AI skills. Now, talk about AI for data analyst. Now, for you to analyze your data, you have a report that you want to work on. Let's say an annual report that you want to work on. It might take you like, at least, if you are very hardworking, it should take you like 1 week, okay, to analyze properly. First of all, maybe to prepare the data, clean the data, analyze the data properly, generate insights, your recommendation, and all of that, prepare your report. But in this session, I'm going to show you, or we are going to analyze a data within 15 minutes. Do you believe that? We are going to analyze a data. We are going to generate insight from that data. We are going to make recommendations on that data within 15 minutes. So if you believe that, I need your reaction. I need to get your reaction. So we are going to see that live on this session. Okay. So we have a lot of, don't worry, you are going to ask your question. Okay. Just note your question. Okay. Just note your question down. Okay. Does that work for you? I don't know. Does that work for you? Or you can drop it on the chat box. You can drop it on the chat box. Now, guys, don't forget to fill the attendance. Okay, don't forget to fill the attendance form. The attendance form that you are filling is for your own good. You need to get this material. Okay, the data set we are going to use to practice, a lot of information on this material is not something that you can afford to lose. Okay, so if you are attending this session, it is important that you get this material at the end of the day. Okay, and it's only with the attendance that you are filling that we can be able to access your email to be able to send it to you. Okay, now look at the high demand and high paying jobs in the tech workspace, in the tech space. Okay, we have AI and machine learning data analyst. You can see their salary, $80,000 to $95,000. Okay, now these are real jobs. Okay, these are real jobs that you can apply to. And before the end of this session, I will show you the sites where you can apply, where you can see these jobs. Okay, you can see assistant project manager, assistant project manager can be paid $57,000. This is basically annual pay. Okay, so if you divide, let's round it. If you divide, let's say $60,000 by 12 months, that is about $5,000. Now, if you have to convert $5,000 to naira, that is about 7 million. That is about 7 million naira. Okay. Now, I don't know any company except for the oil and gas sector that is paying its staff 7 million naira per month. It's very, very hard to get. But with this high paying tech skills, you can get this job and you can land your international you can land international roles. Okay, so we have a lot of them: AI automation engineers, we have data analysts with AI skills and all of that. And guess what? The traditional data analysts, they equally get paid, right? They get paid, but the AI data analysts get way higher salary than the traditional data analyst. Okay, so that is why you need these AI skills. Okay, that is why you need these AI skills. So so you can start today. You can start to maybe learn any of these courses. Is it generative AI for data analysis? Is generative AI for business analysis and project management? AI for HR analytics, and lots of them. Okay. Normally, our classes we start. You know, our classes are on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we have Sunday, where you have to learn for yourself. You learn on your own. Okay, so it's a self-paced learning, where you watch recorded videos. That is for Sundays. But on Saturdays, we have a live class where we work on case studies and all of that. We work on real business case studies. Okay, so the learning timeline is 2 months, and then we have 6 weeks learning in class, and then 2 weeks for your capstone project. So at the end of everything, you should be able to build, nothing less than 15 projects, okay, at the end of the program. Now, what is the second thing that Olusegun did? He learned the skill the right way, okay? Olusegun learned the skill the right way. Okay, now I'm going to show you the best way to land a job. Okay, the best way to learn so that you will land a job. First of all, you have to learn in a project-based environment. Like I mentioned to you right now, okay? Like I mentioned to you right now, we work on real business problems, okay? We work to solve real business problems in our live classes, okay? That is what we mean by learning in a project-based environment, okay? The next thing is that you need to showcase your work, okay? How do you showcase your work? You showcase your work by building a portfolio. You showcase your work by building a portfolio website where you put all your projects that you have built, and this is what international companies look out for. They don't look out for, okay, your certificates. They're not doing anything with your certificates, okay? They don't have anything to do with your certificates, okay? What they are looking out for is someone who can actually do this job for them, okay? So the evidence that you have is that your project portfolio, that's your portfolio website where you put in all the project that you've worked on. That is the evidence that you have. Okay, there are some projects that that you work on. Of course, every week you have a new project to work on, and also on the learning management system, you have projects to work on. You can see case studies, student performance analytics, deploying AI agent and workflow integration, capstone projects, and all of that. Okay, now I will show you something right now. I will show you something right now. I promise to show you, how all of these things are possible. I promise to show you how all of these things are possible. Now, how do we do that? Now we are going to use a tool called the Bricks AI. Okay, so I'm going to type app.thebricks.com. So I will paste it. I'll paste the link on the chat box. Okay, but I need you to just pay attention more. Okay, pay more attention. Pay more attention. Okay, pay more attention. How can I mark attendance? Okay, so for you to just fill the attendance form that has been posted. Okay, so Deborah, please, you can help us repost the attendance. Okay, Alex, you are asking how much. Don't worry, we'll get there. Okay, we will get there. So I want to show you something. So I have the breaks app.thebricks.com. So we want to analyze a data set right now. Okay, now look at the data set that we want to analyze. Look at the data sets that we want to analyze. Okay, now ordinarily, if you want to analyze this data set, you will have to come here, convert this to a table. Maybe convert this to a table. Okay, convert this to a table, then you go ahead to insert your pivot table. Insert your pivot table. Now let's try to create a chart. Okay, let's see products. Let's say product by revenue. Okay, so we can see each product, how much revenue that was generated. Okay, so I can go ahead to bring in a chart. Now I have pivot charts. This is Microsoft Excel, and I believe most of us are familiar with Microsoft Excel. Okay, so let's just use a bar chart here, and I'll click OK. So let me sort it so that we understand the chart. Okay, so let me just sort it. So let me just sort this. So I'll just click on the drop down, and then I'm going to click on more sort options. Let me sort by ascending, by the sum of revenue, so that I will see the one with the highest revenue at a glance. So you can see laptop is the highest revenue. Now, all of these, I've taken up to 2 minutes to create just one chart, or more than self. I've taken that to create just one chart. Now, at the same time it took me to create one chart, I can use it to analyze the whole of this data. Okay, I can use it to analyze the whole of this data and generate recommendation, key insights from this data. Okay, now let's do that. Let's do that, guys. Okay, let's do that. So I have app.thebricks.com, and I'm going to hit my enter. So I will just quickly create an account. So don't worry, you're going to get the recording of this video and you can practice. Okay, all I need you to do right now is pay your 100% attention so that you learn, you see how these things work. Okay, so I'm not going to use this account, so I will just so I can show you how to create an account, okay, on the Bricks AI. Okay, so to create an account, you can just click on continue with Google. So at first instance, if you do not have an account before, this is what you are going to see. Okay, so you can click on continue with Google, and then I will just select any of my Google accounts. Okay, I can click on continue. Now let's see how this works. Okay, let's see how this works, guys. I have a lot of information to give to you only if you give me your attention. All I need is your attention. So I'm just going to click on got it. Now, this is the Bricks AI, and Bricks AI is one of the business intelligence tool that you can use to analyze your data as a data analyst, as a HR analyst, as a healthcare analyst, and all of that. Okay, so this Bricks AI, you can connect to different sources. Okay, you can connect to different sources. You can connect it to your Google Sheets, to Microsoft Excel, to your PostgreSQL, to a lot of sources. Okay, but we have our data locally downloaded on our laptop. So I'm going to also send you this data along the course material. Okay, so I'm just going to click on attach file because I have the data locally on my PC. So this is the data Zico Superstore. Okay, Zico Superstore. So I'm just going to select that and click open. Now I can decide to put a prompt here. Okay, here I can decide to type a prompt. And what do I mean by a prompt? A prompt is the instruction you give, to your AI tool so that it's kind of execute a particular task for you. Okay, but I don't even want to stress myself. I will just go ahead and tell it to create a dashboard. Okay, so it is going to import the data. Okay, I've given it access to the data. It's importing the data, and after importing the data, it's going to prepare everything, analyze the data for me, build a dashboard for me. You can see I'm not touching it. Okay, there is nothing to touch. Okay, so this is working. So the data preparation is done. You have seen that the data is clean. There is nothing to work on the data. Now it's planning layouts and blocks. So it's trying to create my dashboard. You can see it here. AI is generating. Please don't navigate away. Now, if you navigate away, you might complicate the output. Okay, you might complicate the output. Okay, now you can see we are getting insight from our data already. So we see total order is 500, units sold, okay, is 5,305. Average revenue per order is $2,481. You can see revenue by product category. You can see revenue over time by day. So this is messy, but then you can give it a prompt to to refine it. Okay, to refine your output. Okay, now this is average price versus units by product. Okay, you can see product category, share of. So it's just giving us the insight of the data. Okay, now, at the end of the, you can see the overview. You say the dashboard summarizes sales performance, product mix and revenue drivers. It highlights total revenue and order volume. A lot of information. So you can see the insight, the summary insight. Revenue is highly concentrated on electronics. Okay, so if someone is trying to analyze data on Microsoft Excel, before the person is done generating one chart, I'm done analyzing, I'm even presenting already. Okay, so if a company sees someone that can work smartly like this, and then someone that will do it the traditional way, so what else do they need? What else do they need? They don't need someone that will delay their process. Okay, they need someone that can work smart, and efficient. And that is what these international companies are looking for. Okay, now you can refine this. Okay, you can refine this. You can decide to click on this and bring it down. Okay, you can take it out. Maybe you want to bring in all of your charts. Okay, maybe you want to bring up all of your charts. So you can just decide to bring it up. Just a minute. My system is lagging. You can decide to bring it up. Okay, and then you can organize it to your test. Okay, you can organize it to your test. Meanwhile, you can also use this theme. Okay, you can use this theme, change the theme of your dashboard. Okay, change the theme of your dashboard. You can see a lot of insights that we have here. Okay, now I'm going to tell it to make recommendations based on the data. Okay, so just a simple prompt. Okay, just a simple prompt. Now I wanted to get me recommendations based on this. So we've seen the insight, we've seen insight from the data, but I want recommendations. Okay, and guess what? You can, at the end of this analysis, at the end of everything, you can even present from here. You don't even need to share your report. But if you want to share, you can use this. You can see share and export. Okay, you can use share and export. But if you want to present, you are going to present. We are going to explore that. Okay, so it's still working too. It's taking longer than expected, but I am on it. So you can see AI is very friendly. AI is very friendly. So it's trying to explain to you that it is working on your instructions. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, my credit have exhausted. So this is actually a free account. But if you have credit, it's going to get you your recommendations. Okay, it's going to get you your recommendations. And once you have all of that, once you have all you need from the dashboard, okay, you can click here to present, and it will turn to the normal presentation slideshow that okay. So you can see, guys, can we see this? Is this amazing? Is this amazing? So this is the beginning of the report. Is this amazing? If this is amazing, can I get your reaction? If this is amazing, can I get your reaction? So within 5 minutes, I'm able to analyze my data and I'm presenting already. So if I just take more time, I can organize this to make it look more professional. Okay, to make it look more professional. You can see this, guys. You can see this. You can see this. Now you can organize this very well. Okay, you can organize this very well, and you use it to build your portfolio. You use it to build your portfolio. Okay, you use it to build your portfolio. Okay, don't forget to fill the attendance form. Don't forget to fill the attendance form. Now, here at Analytics Business, we are highly accredited by Continuing Professional Development, which is CPD. That is for the UK, and in America we have American Council of Training and Development. Okay, ACTD. Okay, those are the accreditations that we have, and you can see our certificate. Okay, we are highly accredited by the UK body and also America. So our certificate is internationally recognized. Okay, our training certificate is internationally recognized. And once you get this material, you can click here to view our accreditation properly. Okay. All right. So what is the third thing that that Olusegun did? Okay, we are using Olusegun because that is one of the recent students. Okay, that have gotten a foreign job. Okay, So let's just use it as a practical example. Now, Olusegun also gained a foreign work experience. How? The question is how. Okay. Now he built a lot of things. He gained foreign work experience. How? Projects from the classes, projects from the live classes. Okay, project from the live classes. Then he built a portfolio. Okay, he built a portfolio. So I also have one of the students portfolio here. So I'm just going to click on this. So I will show you the portfolio website that this guy. So some of us saw Aneke Chemere when he was giving his testimonial. That is Frank. When he was giving his testimonial, he was a student of data analytics, and he landed a job recently, okay, um, as a data analyst. Okay, so you can see Frank, you can see his portfolio. Okay, you can see his portfolio. You can see the projects that he worked, on during the live sessions. Okay, these are the projects he worked on during live sections. Okay, look at look at it. Look at it. These are the projects that he worked on during live session. So for me, before I gained my first foreign job, this was my portfolio. So this is me. You can see Anthony Obabo. This was my own portfolio website. Okay. Now, if I click on, if I scroll down, you can see me. You can see I don't even have beers that time. All right, guys. So you can see, but if I click on view my project, it will bring me to my portfolio page, my project page. So you can see some project that I've built on, that I've worked. Okay, that I've worked on. You can see data analysis automation workflow. You can see hotel booking analysis. You can see Nova Bank theft analysis, and you can see a whole lot of projects. So it was this portfolio that landed me my first foreign job, okay, with a UK recruitment company. Okay, it was this portfolio that landed me my portfolio. That is what we do here at Analytics Business. Okay, we don't just teach you. Okay, we teach you with practical knowledge. Okay, now the fourth thing that you need to do is that the first thing that Olusegun did, that you know he knew where to apply to these jobs. Okay, he knew the right places to apply to. Okay, where are these places? Now I have all of these. Okay, now you can see if I hover on it, there is a link showing. So I have compiled all of these job boards for you. That is only if you fill the attendance form. That is only when you are going to get it. Okay, I've compiled all of them for you. So all you need is just click and explore. Okay, so click any of them and you explore. So in all of these, you are going to get different jobs, including LinkedIn. Okay, including LinkedIn. So Olusegun knew the right place to apply for jobs. Okay, he knew the right place to apply for jobs. So the last thing is that there is reference to keep the job. Okay, you need reference to keep the job. Okay, now what do we mean by that? Some students, at the end of the program, if they land a job, they reach out to us, to get a reference later. Okay, to get a reference later. Now you can see this request. Okay, reference request. So you can see, hi Muhammad, blah 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 blah. So he's requesting for a reference later, and we do give out reference, professional reference later. Now, this was the one we gave to Chemere. That was the guy that I showed you his portfolio website. This was his reference letter from Tenalytics business. Okay. Now you can also see this guy. This is Ahmad. Uh, so requesting for a reference letter as well. So this is Adesa Suleiman, which is the CEO of the founder of Tenalytics. Okay, so he's addressing it to him, requesting for a reference data. So that is what we use. So you can see request for information. So this organization is reaching out to Adiza Suleiman to, to request for information about one of our students, and it's because he, he added us as one of his workplace. Okay, so how are we going to help you? How are we going to help you? Okay, how are we going to help you to land these roles? Okay, we have lots of courses to help you with, okay, ranging from generative AI for data analyst, AI automation engineering, AI business analyst and project management, AI software and web development, AI content creation. Okay, what is the package that we have for you? You are going to gain a real life experience, okay, and we will help you revamp your CV. Okay, we help you revamp your CV to internationally, you know, a CV that is acceptable by the international or the global community. Okay, we also give you a guide on how you can optimize your LinkedIn. Now, what is the need for LinkedIn? You need to showcase what you are building. Okay, so when you come to Tenalytics, we call it crafting your personal brand. Okay, you building your personal brand, so you need to showcase that to the public. Okay, you need to tell people, you need to tell the public what you can do or what you have been able to do. Okay, then you are going to build your own portfolio website. Then we give you guidance and mentorship. Okay, so we have guidance and mentorship session every Thursday. Okay, we prepare you when you get an interview, we prepare you for this interview, and of course you can get a job reference letter from us. Okay, now the question is, are you comfortable where you are right now? Okay, the question right now is, are you comfortable where you are right now? And is a yes or no answer. So you can as well answer me on the chat box. If you are comfortable where you are, financially, technically, name it. If you are comfortable, so the answer is no. I can see no, a lot of no on the chat box, a lot of no on the chat box. Okay, so if you are not comfortable where you are right now, it is time for you to take an action. It is time for you to take an action. Let me tell you one thing. For you to live where you are, you need to move, right? For you to live where you are, okay, you need to move. Now, what do I mean? For you to change the situation, you need to take an action in the right path. Okay, you need to take an action in the right path. Okay, now I have a lot of testimonial. This is Pavel. Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon. He joined data analytics business. He joined for data analytics program, and he's currently working as a healthcare data analyst in the US. Okay, so once you get this material, all I need you to do is watch the testimonial. So how do you watch the testimonial? If you just click here, it's going to take you to YouTube, where you can watch these testimonials. Okay, but we don't have the luxury of time, so we are not going in details. We're not going into that. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So So you can watch that later, okay? You can watch that later, okay? You can watch that later. Sorry about that. So I have a lot of testimonials. So this is Judith. A minute. This is Judith. Judith is currently working as a business analyst in the US. Okay. Now we have a lot of them. So I just need you to watch, all of these testimonials. Okay. So don't just take my word for it. Watch all of those testimonials, hear from others. Okay, who have taken, from what we offer, have benefited from what we offer. Okay, now what is the information right now? Our cohort for July starts tomorrow. This tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. So the July cohort is starting tomorrow. Okay, so you are very, very lucky to be in this session tonight. Okay, our cohort for July is starting tomorrow, which is 4th of July. Okay, now once the cohort starts, what you are going to be seeing is you are going to have your live classes on Saturdays, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In that live class, you are going to build a real life, a real project. You are going to work on real business project. Okay, you are going to get your hands on the skill. You are going to practice live in class. Okay, and then on Sunday you have time to watch. We have what we call LMS video. That is a learning management system that we've built for you. In that LMS video, we have everything covered. Okay, so you are watching the video. We have also case studies in the video. So what it means is that for one topic, you have two different projects to work on. So at the end of the day, at the end of the 6 weeks learning live class, you have at least 12 projects to put on your portfolio website. And that is enough to convince an international company that you are capable. Okay, that is a very much enough to convince an international company that you are capable. Okay, so on Tuesdays we have what we call TSS. Okay, we have what we call TSS. And what is TSS? We call it technical support session. Okay, so in the technical support session, that is where you get clarity of any technical challenges you might be having with your project and all of that. Any technical questions that you want to ask, you have your instructor, you have your mentor to ask those questions on TSS. That doesn't mean that you cannot reach out to your facilitator anytime. You can reach out to your coach, your facilitator, your mentor. You can reach out to them at any time. Okay, you can reach out to them at any time. Okay, now on Thursdays we have the mentorship and guidance session. Okay, we have the mentorship and guidance session where we guide you on how to apply to these jobs, the way to attend to interview questions. We have a whole lot of information during the mentorship session. We are guiding you, we are mentoring you, to the right path on how to actually get these things done. Okay, so at Analytics Business, we are not just here to issue your certificate at the end of the program. We want to make sure that you land a high paying job. That is our end goal. That is the vision of this academy, Analytics Business. Okay, now like I said, the cohort starts tomorrow. Now, what are you going to do? Our prices, our original price for the course is 250,000 naira. Okay, so permit me, this should be 100,000 naira. That is for the discount rate. So this is we are giving a 60% discount, which is 100,000 naira. That is if you are making a one-off payment. Okay, if you are making a payment, if you are making a full payment, you just pay 100,000 naira and we get you enrolled for the cohort that is starting tomorrow. Okay, now if you do not have 100,000 naira, but you have 50,000 naira, we can also enroll you. But guess what? This slot is limited. Okay, this slot is just the discount slot is just for 5 persons. The discount slot is just for 5 persons. So the first 5 persons that are going to take that opportunity to change the situation, to change the story, they are going to benefit from this discount. Otherwise, we are returning the price to 250,000 naira. Okay, so we have 5 persons. So claim your slot right now. Claim your slots right now. So my colleague is going to paste the link on the link to register on the chat box. Once you have that, go ahead and register. Okay, once you register, you can send me your proof of payment on this WhatsApp line. Okay, you can send me your proof of payment on this WhatsApp line. That doesn't mean that if you don't have the money, that you're not going to benefit from this session. No, if you don't have the money at the moment, but you are interested in this program, okay, just reach out to me. Okay, I will know how we can assist you. Okay, just reach out to me or any of the numbers on the chat box. Okay, just reach out to any of the numbers on the chat box, or you can as well reach out to me. So you can see my WhatsApp number here. Okay, so it's just for this discount slot is just for 5 persons. Okay, and you know just 5 people will take it, and they are going to start their program immediately. So at this point, I'm going to take questions. I have a lot of information to give to you guys, but because of time, okay, let me take your questions. Okay, so if you have a question, you just use the hand raise icon, and we call on you to speak. So you can use the hand raise icon, and I will call on you to speak. I think I had some of you were raising your hands, and I asked you to jot down your questions. Okay, so you can ask your question right now. You can, if you don't want to speak, you can type it on the chat box. I will still attend to you. Okay, I will still attend to you. Okay, I will still attend to you. All right. All right. That is amazing. So do not forget to fill the attendance form. And the link for your registration is here on the chat box. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. So the link for your registration is here on the chat box. So you need to take you need to take you need to take you need to make good use of this opportunity. Okay, you need to make good use of this opportunity and change the story. So if you have questions, you can drop it on the chat box, or you can raise your hand and I will permit you to speak. Okay. Okay, so he said, please, what about us who has no okay, no knowledge? I think what you mean is no knowledge about computers before we meet up on the program. No, see, the program is not just for people that are in the tech space already. Okay, the program is also beginner friendly. Okay, so we start from the beginning, we grow you to become a professional. Okay, does that answer your question? I think that is from Adebisi. Adebisi, does that answer your question? So if you do not have a knowledge of computer, there is no problems. Okay, that is why we are here. Okay, That is why we are here. We are here to guide you. We are here to mentor you. We are here to teach you, to make sure that, okay, that, you get your desired result. Okay. So you said, how are you asking how you can join? Okay. So you can join via the link above. Okay. So are you seeing the link on the chat box? You're seeing the link on the chat box. Just click on the link. So if you're not certain, if you're not sure of the program you want to enroll for, just enroll for any program. Of course, you have time to to change your program if you enroll for a particular program and you later want to change your program, we have that. Okay. Or you can send a message. You can send a message to the number on WhatsApp. Okay. You can send a message on to the number on the chat box. Okay. You can also send me a message. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah. So who else have a question? Who else have a question? Who else have a question? So if you are willing to join the cohort tomorrow, can I get your reaction? If you are willing to join the cohort tomorrow, okay? If you are willing to join the cohort tomorrow, but maybe you do not have the funds at the moment, can I get your reaction? Can I get your reaction? If you are willing to join the cohort tomorrow, but you do not have, okay, I have gifts. Who else? Who else? Okay, Ayodeji. I have gift. I have Angela. Okay. Okay, that is fine. Okay. That is fine. So I need you to do is what I need you to do is just reach out to the number on the chat box. Okay. Let's see how we can assist you with that. Okay. Just reach out to the number on the chat box. Okay. Do you get that? That is to gift Ayodeji and Abubakar Adizia. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Okay. Okay. Angela, you have registered already. Congratulations, Angela. These are your flowers. These are your flowers, Angela. Angela, you can send your registration slip to the number on WhatsApp. Okay. I mean the number on the chat box. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. So you need to take action to get what you want actually. You need to take action to get what you desire. Okay. So it's not just about attending to webinars. Okay. What brings the change is the action that you take today. Okay. So don't just listen to webinars and without taking actions. Okay. So you need to take action to actually change the situation. Okay. You need to take action to actually change the situation. One thing I tell people is the biggest investment you can make is investing in yourself. Okay. Investing in yourself. That is one of the biggest investments anyone can make. So investment you make on yourself today is way more bigger than any other investment you can think of. Okay. So guys, if you do not have any other questions, if we do not have any other questions, then we will call it a day. We will say good night to those of us in Nigeria. Okay. So, but if you have a question, you still have the opportunity to raise your hand and ask your question, or you can type your question on the chat box. Okay. I'm still actively waiting for your question on the chat box, or you can raise your hand on the, you can raise your hand and I'll ask you to speak. All right, all right, all right, all right, guys. All right, all right then. See you guys. Do have a wonderful time. Try to take action to change the situation and do have a good night rest. Bye, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.